friends and fellow citizens, I stand before you tonight under indictment for the alleged crime of having voted at the last presidential election without having a lawful right to vote. It shall be my work this evening to prove to you that in thus voting, I not only committed no crime, but instead simply exercised my citizens' rights guaranteed to me and all United States citizens by the national Constitution beyond the power of any state to deny.
Human rights must be applied to all human beings, regardless of race or creed or color. When they are applied, it will mean a growing understanding among the peoples of the world.
I pledge to you, my sister, I will never cease. I mean to say, I want to see a better world. I mean to say, I want to see some peace somewhere. I mean to say, I want to see some honesty, some fair play. I want to see kindness and justice. This is what I want to see, and I want to see it through my eyes and through your eyes, Coretta Scott King.
I was 23 when I sort of waved goodbye to family, friends, and country and set off on this amazing adventure. And the authorities said, a young girl on her own in the bush, preposterous, impossible. And eventually they said, all right, but she has to have a companion. So who volunteered to come for the first 4 months? My mother. She's been the most amazing person in my life. And she used to say, Jane, if you really want something, you work hard, you take advantage of opportunity, and you never give up. You will find a way.
When I went to school at Notre Dame in the 50s, there were only 2 or 3 occupations available at that time. Either you were a teacher, you were a secretary, or a nurse. And that is all there was open to women. This is in 1956. So today, I am just so thrilled to see the girls have so many opportunities. The travel experiences they have, the overseas, they just have, you know, extraordinary amount of opportunities, and that's what I am really trying to help and to foster and tell those girls, get out there to do it, to try, to risk, and it is a risk, and but just to do your very, very best at all times.
You have to sort of break through that fear to really share the ideas you have and realize you do have a lot to contribute. And the ideas that might be different from other people's are really worth sharing. Having the courage, I think, is another quality, having the courage to do what's right. And that's always a principle that guided my earliest models growing up. I wanted to look to the role models, people like my parents, my grandparents, even my great-grandparents, because I truly believe that not only overcoming your own fears and having the confidence to move through, taking the risks, overcoming the challenges, and doing the right things are really sort of the qualities that make a difference and formed really who I am today.
The Women's Place Project introduces you to women of impact, whose lives reveal what is sometimes called vocation or a calling. You can now start to ask yourselves about your own. Will I fly around the world? Will I lead a team of Catholic missionaries to East Africa? Will I be the first female president of the United States?
So Judy Chicago created an art exhibit that was called The Dinner Party to recognize women who had significantly contributed to humankind. So Sister Maureen's idea was to invite students at Notre Dame High School into this process of recognizing women who have walked the powerful path, was the words of Judy Chicago. So it started simple, and students would identify a woman, research her, and then create a place setting using the traditional elements of a place setting as well as symbols to capture who that woman was and what her contribution to humankind was.
Women all around us, share our voice and hear our songs. Walk these doors with blessing, walk through these doors with peace, walk through these doors as holy ones, answer the words we see.
The Women's Place Project is also a rite of passage here. A mere 3 years from now, Another Notre Dame rite of passage that Ms. Skeet already talked about will take place as the same students will present their senior service learning projects in a similar way and to similar praise. The work they do to achieve that will be more their own, as they draw from their academic skills, community service experiences, and their own creativity. We believe that these two bookends, this beginning project in their freshman year and that ending project in their senior year, uniquely nurture women who we know will become leaders in their own life and find their honored place at the table.
Many women's lives of courage, hope, and love have made the whole human story better, and their lives give us, your daughters, confidence and hope to face the future and help lift humankind in our turn.
To me, this means a lot because it's not like a regular essay and you don't just write for a couple hours and then you learn a little, because it's kind of like a journey that you go on. You know, you learn about her whole life, you get to read books, you get to research. And
her life was kind of a message to me that if I really want to do something, I can do it. And you know, her determination was awesome.
In remembering all of our sisters' lives, values, and achievements unbound by gender stereotypes, each woman here, and every man too, can find inspiration to keep working towards a better world for all.
Each of us has the opportunity and the responsibility to nurture that network and extend it to more and more people. I'm going to close by telling you tomorrow I'm going to Morocco. President Obama gave a speech in Cairo. It was about changing the world. It was about bringing about world peace. It was about exchanges. It was about partnerships. It was about bringing unlikely partners together. So please have a responsibility to nurture the networks that you're already in and reach out to the new networks around you, and you'll be all the better for it, and so will the rest of our world.
There's a cry in the distance. It's a voice that comes from deep within. There's a cry asking why. I pray the answer's up ahead. Yeah, 'cause I know where I've been.
I can truthfully say to you all that we children at home are full of cheerfulness and courage. We are trying to do all we can to help our gallant sailors, soldiers and airmen. And when peace comes, remember, it will be for us, the children of today, to make the world of tomorrow a better and happier place.
Aviation, this young modern giant, exemplifies the possible relationship of women and the creations of science. Although women as yet have not taken full advantage of its use and benefits, air travel is as available to them as to men.
If you don't dream, you go mad. And somehow we make the society dream. And maybe that's why stories are important. I mean, just try it once. Say, once upon a time in an elevator. No one will get off the elevator. They remain there until you finish the story. The power of storytelling is amazing.
Struggle that we have yet to win. Use that pride in our hearts to lift us up to tomorrow. 'Cause just to sit still